swift.
On Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPN Cricinfo Matchday. Australia versus Afghanistan has high stakes involved. Afghanistan can still very much make it to the semi-finals. Yes, they've got two tough opponents to close out their league stage. And against Australia at the Wankhede, with a returning Glenn Maxwell, possibly Mitchell Marsh too. Let's ask Finch and Anil Kumble the questions ahead of this. Would you be feeling overly confident if you're Australia at the back of the win against England, playing Afghanistan at this particular venue, or is this going to be a trickier fixture than we perhaps initially imagined?
I think at this venue, Australia will be a little bit more comfortable. I think if you were playing them at Chepauk or something like that, or Calcutta, where the wicket is turning and slow, with the amount of spin, they've played 4 spinners at times, Afghanistan. But I think at Wankhede, with the pace and an extra bounce, I think that they'll be more comfortable. But that's not to take anything away from Afghanistan. They've been brilliant. Yeah. They chased 270 clinically against Pakistan at Chennai. They're playing some seriously good cricket.
I guess the question is, can they go all-out spin with the 4 spinners? They've alternated with Farooqi, Naveen and 1 spinner depending on conditions. But against Australia, could it be a wise move even at the Wankhede?
Yeah, I think so. I think Noor has certainly bowled brilliantly in the couple of games that he's played. Yes, the conditions have suited his style, but against Australia, even at the Wankhede, throw him in, because you never know. With 4 spinners, and Australia can put them under pressure. Yeah. Because I've been very impressed with the way Afghanistan have gone about their batting as well, not just the bowling. And credit to the skipper.
Does it also remain an area that you'd still think is a potential vulnerability? How Australia are playing spin?
Absolutely, and I think Afghanistan, their spin is very strong. So I would back your absolute strength. We've seen in the past, and I was unfortunately part of that side and captained that side for quite a bit. When the pressure comes on with spin, particularly if they're batting second, that can be a real challenge, because it seems at times that to get 5 and 6 and over against spin, it always feels like it has to be a risk by an Australian team. That they hit the ball in the air quite a bit compared to the Asian countries who use their wrists a little bit more and manipulate the field. So I would go with my absolute strength as well if I was Afghanistan and play an extra spinner.
Selection headache though, with the return of Mitchell Marsh and the availability of Maxwell. Cam Green got some runs against England, and I'm guessing only one of Smith or Labuschagne can hold through. How would you see it? Yeah,
it's a good headache to have though. Glenn Maxwell's had a headache for a week as well after his incident on the golf course.
You enjoyed that, didn't you?
I did. I teed that one up by myself. I think it's a pretty obvious one. Labuschagne goes out for Marsh, and Cameron Green goes out only because of the bowling that Marcus Stoinis is bringing to the table. I thought that Cameron Green might bowl in the game against England, hard length, and maybe that'll be more suited to the Wankhede. So that would be the decision to make, the Stoinis versus Green for me. But Maxwell and Marsh, if Mitch is back available, is straight back in. Yeah,
that's an interesting call, because there is a strong case for Smith to sit out and Labuschagne to play, given the volume of runs at least that he's got in this tournament so far.
Yeah, I think that's a challenge for the management. Of course, Labuschagne has done really well, but I think they'll go with, knowing Australia, they'll generally back experience of Smith, and no better pitch than sort of to bring Smith back into his usual self.
All right, Australia still favourites?
Yes. Still favourites. Yes.
Thank you very much, Anil Kumble and Finch. This was our build-up to Australia versus Afghanistan at the Wankhede Stadium on Tuesday. On Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPN Cricinfo Matchday.
Stunning looks, then swift.